Well, it's obvious. The apprenticeship system is, of course, the nearest to reality. So, if you want to learn the profession, you can do it in a realistic environment like a company. So, it's a way to come as close as possible from a training situation to the real life situation. I think it is. Also for some young people, it can be very interesting because it's a way of, let's say, earning and learning in many countries. And then, I think that these are the most important things, at least from the employer's point of view, that they it's a powerful tool for recruitment. If you have somebody on a basis of an apprenticeship who is working for you during 2 or 3 years, then you know exactly what kind of person you might offer a job later on. I think there's a lot of work to do there, and it can be improved on several levels. What I would like to see is that teachers from schools, from vet schools, go into the companies from time to time to see how it works there, and also that people from companies come into the schools. So if we want to shift the learning a little bit more out of the classroom towards learning on the working floor, we need to make sure that the guidance is done in a proper way. So people from the companies might need some training. It would be very helpful to know how to work with young people. And schools need to go to the companies. And it's always the triangle. We call it a kind of holy triangle. It is the company, it is the student, and it is the school. And those three actors, they have to sit together and make the planning and evaluate the progress of a student. Well, if I could describe a kind of VT system from scratch, then I would say I would prefer to see young people, or the majority of them, first in a kind of a more protected environment. So in a school-based system, which is and doing their learning in an industrial sector. So not too job specific, but just what can you learn in technical branches, or what kind of professions can you obtain in the health and care sector or in the business sector? So a larger orientation. Many people are also too young already to make a final choice for a certain job, and having done that maybe for 1 or 2 years, then you can narrow down to more, let's say, job-specific. And so, in fact, starting in a school-based environment with parts in companies to get the orientation, and then finalizing a vocational education training in a work-based environment, so apprenticeship. And this so smoothly going from broad to small, from more school-based to work-based. That's a model that should work, in my opinion. what can Europe do? I think that Europe can facilitate, can help to exchange good practices, to learn from each other. That's at least what they can do. And of course, working on a European labor market. At this moment, there are shortages, as we all know, in some countries. Germany, for example. There's a massive youth unemployment. Spain, Greece, Italy, and there are still too many barriers for people from those countries with the high unemployment rates to go to those countries where skilled labor forces are needed. This is not only due to legislation; it's also due to personal circumstances. People like to stay at home or so. But I'm sure that we need to think about making it more easier or providing more incentives. I mean, I don't have the solution here, but we certainly, if the whole idea of Europe, if we want to if we want to succeed, as it was said also this morning at the session, that Europe as a bloc wants to become competitive towards the United States, China, etc. Then we have to make more work of a real Europe and a European labor market, and taking away those barriers where we can take them away.